Hi everyone, it's me, Cheryl. I've not got any finished objects to show you at the moment, but I have got some projects just to talk about. One's a progress update, one's a brand new project, and one is it's going to be redone in a different way. I can't think where to start. I'm full of cold, as you can hear, and I was going to go out this morning, but I changed my mind because I just don't feel up to it. And if I'm like this again tomorrow, I won't be going to yoga tomorrow night because I can't breathe properly. That's no good, you need to breathe in yoga. So the first thing I'll show you is how the 10-stitch blanket on the loom is progressing. I've wrapped that around. Let's go back, put that back through there. I've finally attached all this. Because I'd not last time I showed you, I think it was last week, I was round about here, so I managed to do all that much. And I've done another corner, so I'm on the top now. It's knocking on my craft lamp. So it's getting there, and I'm still on the second skein, of which there is this much. It's getting a bit falling apart now. So that's that done. And I have got hair on my face. Since I finished the baby blanket, I've picked up the 10-stitch blanket in the other room, the one on needles, and I'm doing a little bit of that. I only managed to do a few rows. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday evening, but I was feeling a bit sore. I've been working too hard during the day on my hands, so I didn't do that much. So what I've been working on during the day, I haven't really spoken that much about it. But I'm aware that many of you at the Yarny Collective have been hanging out and talking about it, and that is the temperature blanket. Temp along the temperature scarf, or some of you have done a blanket. And while I join the group, I tend not to participate very much. I don't think I have said anything in there. I can't remember. But while everybody's like talking about it, I'm like planning, just getting on with it. And I said I was going to do 2014. I've been plotting all the temperatures. I think the website I'm using is World Weather Online because I don't like the idea of having to wait until a certain day for the temperature. Sometimes you don't know what circumstances are going to arise where you can't record that day's temperature or anything like that. So I preferred like an idea of a historical temperature monitoring, so I can go to it whenever I want it's still there. And World Weather Online, I think it goes back as far as 2008 or 2009, when I managed to plot all the temperatures for 2014 eventually. And in January this year, the very early days saw me. I had, okay, my spreadsheet, I'm going to tell you how I work here, so you're going to get an insight of what's been going on. So although there's been no needle action, there has been brain action. So I got all the days, the number days down one side and all the months on the other, and then I've just been plotting them in columns like that. And then what I did is copied and pasted each single month and pasted it into one long column, and then data sorted it, so the lowest temperatures at the top and the highest is at the bottom. And the temperature I decided to go for was midday temperature every day. Because I noticed on that World Weather Online, it starts at midnight but it finishes at 9 o'clock at night. And I think, what about the other 2 hours? It's really strange. I'm not going to sneeze. I couldn't itch my nose. So once I got it all lowest to highest, the lowest, by the way, in Taunton, lowest midday temperature in Taunton last year was 4 degrees Celsius. The highest was 28 degrees Celsius. And then, as I had already assigned 8 colours of yarn, but hadn't decided on the range, that's what I did next. And I used, you know, the background colour, where it says more colours. I tried to closely match the colours to the skeins of yarn I was using, and like 4, 5, 6 is one colour, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but I think the very last one has 4 temperatures in there. That's okay, because there was so few temperatures in there anyway. It tends to be clustered around the middle a bit more. There's a lot more in the middle colours. So, as I was doing this, and I was busy concentrating on the baby blanket, time went on and I decided, why don't I start plotting the temperatures for 2015? So I inserted a column between January and February 2014 and called it January 2015 and start plotting them. Oh, before I start to do that, I did something else. Oh yeah, the colours. I was doing the colours, and then I started putting the colours back in on where the months were, the exact dates. So I had a pretty good idea of what the colours were going to look like when they knitted them up. I'm so organised. So then, of course, I started to plot 2015 temperatures. And when I finished the baby blanket, I was thinking, wow, I've got 3 weeks worth of temperatures there. There's not much difference between 2014 and 2015. It does include the first 3 colour ranges, just in a different order. I started with 2015. So my temperature scarf is accurate as of, it's up to date as of yesterday, because you never get today's temperature on that website. It's always yesterday and before. So I can show you that now. I'll show you the 3 colours I've been using. These 3 so far. Which one's the lowest temperature? This one's the lowest temperature. That one's the next range up, and that one's the highest. But I've snipped that because there hasn't been any for a while. I've got another one in there. Oh, that's the next one up. Don't worry about that. It's not happened yet. So far, this is what I've done. And I decided not to. I know some of you are using beads and stuff. Well, snow in Taunton is few and far between, so I wouldn't worry about that. And rain is just far too much. I mean, this is already in DK weight yarn. It's going to be even heavier if I start putting beads on it, especially with the rainfall in Taunton. It's abysmal. It's certainly not been as bad as it was last year. So I decided not to do anything like that. I just thought, no, do the seed stitch, and there we are. So it's accurate as of yesterday. And that bottom row there is just a couple of rows of garter stitch in black, because I may just put some black tassels down there at the end. I will edge the black as well. I kind of went a bit wrong there, I don't know why, but it's history, it doesn't matter. It's just history, isn't it? This is what we're doing a history project. Snapshot of time. But what is special about this, and I'm really excited about it, I knit, I would say I'm a thrower, but I'm trying to use my arm less. I don't like the fact that I seem like I'm sewing a piece of wood when I'm not. So I'm trying to use my finger more. I'm getting there, but sometimes I lose it and I find myself, and that's exhausting. I have tried different styles of knitting, courtesy of YouTube showing me how to do it. And I remember a while ago, and I've just looked at Facebook, I found the entry where I mentioned it, and it was April 2013 where I first mentioned Portuguese knitting. And I don't know what made me pick it up again this time. I must have seen a video on my to watch list in YouTube where it gives you recommendations, and I thought, oh, I'll do my temperature scarf in Portuguese knitting. See that there? I don't have a proper knitting pin. I was a bit worried about putting a safety pin or anything in clothing and just basically piercing it to death. I used to wear a name badge at work a few years ago, my very first name badge, and it was a safety pin one. It just ruined clothes. So I've been using, I'll show you this bit first of all. That's all it is. And that clips on my clothing, and it's solid at the bottom. And I thought, well, I don't want yarn to go through there, because what if I have to swap it or just put my knitting down, and I don't want to have to take the pin off all the time. So I did actually start putting the yarn through there at first, with clipping it on my clothing. But I didn't like that either. So then I read somebody used a paper clip. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just put a paper clip on the bottom there. And that's how I hook my yarn around. I just basically loop it like that. Trust me not to be able to do that in front of the camera. It's much easier when it's on my person. I basically just loop it over there like that. Oh, crikey. I'm not very well, please forgive me. It does slide down normally when it's on me, and I think it has to have something behind it. I do loop it. I do that. I do that, and I put it on there like that. Today's a bad day, isn't it? Get on there. I just basically slide it down and it works. How's it going to work? Oh. There you go. At last. And that's all I do. And then easily I can just hook that on my side there like that. Any which way, it doesn't matter. And then I can leave that and forget about it. And then tension it. Fantastic. And it's so easy. Anyway, and that's how it just, if I need to take the yarn off, I just slide it along the paper clip there and it comes off. And that's it. It's like got to be the easiest way to knit. And it's quite fast as well, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I thought, why did I stop doing that years ago? And it must have been because I was concentrating on a project where I needed to do different things, maybe yarn overs and stuff, and things that I wasn't familiar with this yet. But anyway, there's a YouTuber, and I can't remember what her name is, but if you type in Portuguese knitting, you're going to get her. And she's like sat on, I think she's on a rooftop. And she's outside and she's doing the video. Lots of short, very short videos. Perfect. So that's that. Portuguese style. And I love it. So if anybody's thinking of learning Portuguese style, go for it. I really would, honestly. It's fantastic. Okay, before Christmas I started on a hat for Christopher before I got distracted into doing the reflective yarn. Anyway, it looks kind of wrong anyway. Remember that? Okay, so I'm going to frog that and start again. Still use the same colours, and I'm going to do, it's called, move that out of the way, Crochet Reversible Spiral Beehive Unisex Hat Tutorial, and it's Bob Wilson 123. I'm going to do that on there because I think it'd go really well with the alternating the black and the colour. So I told you I was picking up old projects and I'm going to do them, so that's my plan. Anyway, I've rambled on and that's mainly what I've done, haven't I? And I've got a cold. Oh well. I'm going to have my lunch now, I think. What time is this? Ah, yeah, it's 12:15. I'm feeling a bit hungry. I need a cup of tea. Definitely need a cup of tea. Without the fly. Right, I'll see you guys another time. Hope you're all okay and happy crafting. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.